Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan, and today we're discussing the Colorado Buffalo schedule for the 2023 season. First of all, last year Colorado went 1-11. That is terrible. One of the worst, probably the worst team in the Power Five last year. A couple teams went 1-11, like Northwestern, but I'm pretty sure Colorado had a point differential of -26. That means they would lose by around an average of 26 points per game, which, if you don't know, that is absolutely terrible. And because of that, they fired their coach, and now they have Deion Sanders on their team, which makes a big difference because Deion Sanders is a great recruiter. He'll get players wanting to go to Colorado, like Travis Hunter, and then like his son, Shedeur Sanders. Those guys are coming there. Travis Hunter is a 5-star, can play receiver and corner, and he looks like he will play both this year. So let's talk about the spring game a little bit. First of all, it was a sellout crowd in the spring game. And Colorado's offense looked pretty good overall. It looked very good. The deep threats looked pretty good. The receivers looked overall good. Running game, everything just looked like it would flow pretty good. But my main question for Colorado after that is not the offense, not the talent. It's, can their defense actually play good? Because their defense looked pretty bad in the spring game. And their defense definitely was not good last year. So will they improve at all? I don't know. But let's get into their schedule, and then I'll discuss more about everything. First up, you're at TCU. TCU is not an easy place to play, especially trying to get this team to work together, to play together hard. It's going to be a tough game. I got you losing the first game of the year, and then you're at home versus versus Nebraska. Nebraska has Matt Rhule as a head coach. Kind of the two main schools of new head coaches that are like their poverty franchises, or colleges, I should say. Nebraska has not been good the past couple of years with Scott Frost at head coach. But now I got Matt Rhule, and Matt Rhule usually has a year that he usually does bad, then good. It showed at Temple, it showed at, what else? It showed at Baylor, and then he has a really good second year. So this game could be very close. I think this can go back and forth. I debated if it's going to go in Colorado's favor or Nebraska's. I got Nebraska winning this one. I think it's going to be very close. I just think this team's more familiar with each other. I think that'll help them win this game out. So I got Colorado dropping this one. Then you're at home again versus Colorado State. You're going to beat Colorado State. So first win of the year. Good job. Then you're going to Oregon. That's an L. Bo Nix is just going to be overpowering to this team, especially their defense. And then you're at home again versus USC. You're going to lose because Caleb Williams is just going to run you over pretty much. It's going to be just so dominant. Then you're at Arizona State. This is a winnable game. I think this game could also be very close. I got Colorado beating Arizona State. And then you're at home versus Stanford. Stanford, I think, is one of the worst teams in the Pac-12 and one of the worst teams in the NCAA Power 5 in general. I got Colorado winning this one. Then you're going to UCLA. UCLA is pretty good. I like Chip Kelly. I think he's a good coach, especially for college. At pros, not that good, but college, he's very good. I think that he'll show up today in a very good way. I got them beating Colorado. Again, I'm questioning heavily Colorado's defense because it's not really about the secondary, because Travis Hunter is going to be there and he's a 5-star guy for a reason. I'm going to be questioning their pass rush. Can they get to the quarterback? How's their front seven going to do? Their back group, I don't think they're going to have a lot of problems. But they're going to definitely have problems getting to the quarterback. And I think with a Chip Kelly offense, that will cause a lot of problems. Because in the Pac-12, there's a lot of good offenses in here. They're not great, like, specially talented players. They got really good coaches to go with that. And when you have both mixed together, that's just a recipe for greatness. And that's not good for Colorado. Because, again, this is their first year. Deion Sanders, this is kind of like an experiment for the whole thing. It's pretty much all my scholarship players probably leave. I'm bringing in my group, which a lot of people from Jackson State, a lot of people from across the country that are going to be, that were good players at their school or didn't get enough playing time, but have potential to be very good in this system. I think they went to Colorado, and again, a lot of people from Jackson State, they're getting a chance to go there. And everyone wants to play for Deion Sanders. I hope Deion Sanders is out there to be able to coach these games. And I think that Colorado will take advantage of this transfer portal, and these players will play good for them. But a lot of their scholarship players aren't going to be there. So it's kind of tough to get this team all familiar with each other in one offseason when other teams have 2 or 3 years at least with a familiar bunch, with a familiar system and all that. But let me get back to this. You're at home against Oregon State. You're going to lose to Oregon State. I like Oregon State's defense. They did lose some defensive production from last year, but doesn't matter really. I mean, it does matter, of course, but the idea of them being the number one defense of the Pac-12 last year, if you're a good defense one year, usually have a good system, and that shows that can be duplicated. So I think they could duplicate that. I got them beating Colorado. Then Colorado's at home versus Arizona. Arizona is not good at football. I got them losing. I got Colorado beating Arizona. So that's your 4th win of the year. Then you're at Washington State. I think this one can go any way, but I think Washington State has a little bit too much to handle, especially on the road. I think Washington State's going to win this one, so I got Colorado losing this one. Then you're going to Utah. That is not an easy game to go play, especially at Utah. Utah is probably the toughest environment in the West. So just in the West in general. So I got Utah winning. So I got Colorado dropping this one. So overall, I got Colorado going 4-8 on the year. And to think this is a bad year is definitely not true. This is a good year, if anything, for Colorado, because he went from 1-11 to 4-8. If you go to 4-8 from that, that is great. Keep the point differential from not being anything below -10. And then I'd say this is a very good improvement year. And then it's just building a culture, building a team of Deion Sanders. Because Deion Sanders proved that he's a very good coach in HBCU. We'll see if he can coach extremely well in the Power 5. And now after this year, they're going to the Big 12. So maybe they can get more easier games there. But that's how everything plays out. And yeah, if you like this video, hit the like button, comment whatever you want. Hit the subscribe button, and yeah, if you like, we talk about college football almost every day, just football in general. So yeah, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of this type of content. Hope you all have a great day. Stay safe, y'all, and God bless y'all.